Hello, my friends, and welcome back into the channel. Welcome back to the mat. And welcome if you are new. Welcome one and all. Thank you guys so much for being here, and happy Friday to you guys. Happy Friday Frolic Funday. I have a fantastic Friday Frolic Funday show for you guys today because we have lots of sparkle happening on this mat. My friends, today is the launch of my second and final Spring 2026 Suncatcher kit, Celestial Lights. I will link the kits below the video here. You can pop over to my store and grab your kits. They are very limited, and when they're gone, they're gone. Something else I'm going to bring in today, my friends, is we're going to talk about some basics because I'm having a basics sale this weekend only, a phenomenal sale in my store, and I want to bring some stuff over, and we will look at all of that in a few minutes. But first things first, friends, so if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are not familiar with my Suncatcher premieres, I do a Sparkle and Shine Spring Suncatcher campaign every year. And we launch the first day of spring, and then I do a second one, the third, usually around the third week of April, because April is the first full month of spring, right? And so that's what I do here. And so this is my second and final kit. I will not do Suncatchers again and probably till next year. So you'll want to get them while you can. Now, I do want to show you guys a couple of things before we bring over Celestial Lights. So this was Dragonfly Dreams, and this is how I designed that. This has the first one I just did, which was last month for our Spring 2026. But guys, look at how fun, right? I also made a Suncatcher. I don't know if you guys remember. This was a while ago when I did my love bags. And I used this gigantic heart. I did permalac it, right? So I did permalac it. That's what that looks like. And I wanted to go over and just show you guys how much fun our Suncatchers, right? Where there's just endless ways we can create them. I'm telling you, this is another little baby mini. I keep this one right here in my studio, right where I'm filming. And these hexagon crystals, most of my kits will have these in them. And they have 2 drill holes, if you can see that. Let me get you guys zoomed in. And you can also just string them like that, right? Kind of just string them that way. I think I do have these prisms still in the store too. But there's lots of fun ways, and that's just, I made a loop with some monofilament there and just put some fun Rondo crystals in between, right? And it's just a little mini light catcher that just sits right here. And then this one is so fun. So guys, materials, right? That's why I want to bring this over. Like, this is a key ring, right? Look what I used. I used a key ring and some of the hemp cord. I use this and put this in a lot of my kits during the 12 days, our 12 days Christmas series. And, you can get this at your local craft store, Dollar Tree, anything like that. And if you've got a key ring, right, I just glued my knot. I did a lark's head here on this component, and it's just as strong as can be. And just did some fun little beads in the middle there, and then I just did a big crazy wire wrap on that there prism, right? So there's a whole nother way that you can just utilize some things that you've got in your stash, some of your own crafting supplies. And of course, this was Dragonfly Daydreams. I used the monofilament and the split rings for the entire project, right? And I did quite a bit of crimping, right? And then I had this little closed ring, right, that I can use that to hang. We can also just make a loop with any cording you're going to use, right? So that is another style. And guys, by the way, if I could make a whole video, if you guys wanted me to, on literally, sorry guys, Suncatchers, because I have them in all kind of different places, and they also serve a purpose. They sure do. So my friends, are you ready? Let's take a look, and I'm going to design today Celestial Lights. This is next level, my friends. Next level. Okay. I'm going to pull out all the things. So we're going to get a couple of crystals and a these, I call these the pave disco balls, right? Some of them are clay, you know, some of them are resin. But this one is so sparkly, you guys. And it's just this beautiful, beautiful, like dark pink. And then these, it's a 10 millimeter, and these are 10 millimeter rondelles. And I had some of these left. These were in my January Great Lakes Frost, so you're gonna get those. But I wanted some blue. I don't know. I just think of, when I think of Celestial, I think of blues and purples. I don't know why. Then we're gonna, of course, have our hexagons. That's 3 of those. You're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff in this kit, guys. This is a stunner. Okay, so split rings. I didn't have the silver left, guys. These chandelier hooks, these are by H&D. Okay, and they're fantastic. They're actually so strong and good. I just love these. So I'm putting these as your hook, but you don't even have to use it. Although it's gold, doesn't matter. It's just a hook, guys. But it's a super durable, sturdy hook. So we've got that going. And then, my friends, let's get all the funsies, the rest of the funsies, I should say. Our celestial components. Let me put you guys on. I have the sun. I have my star. And they all are like a charm. But wait till you see I put this guy together. These are so fun. We've got a planet and then a moon. And I've already done my moon. You also get this moon crystal. How cute is that? And you do get a couple jump rings as well as the split rings in this kit. But I just like the way that looks there. So you get that moon and that crystal. I just decided to give myself kind of a little head start there. And I'm like, I just think I want to put it there. So I did. So we've got the moon crystal as well as the hexagons. And my friends, so much fun. Look at what I have. Look familiar? Yeah. Okay, guys. So I already cut my cord up. I gave you guys a ton in one continuous length, like well over probably a yard or more. It's just a ridiculous amount of cord. But I already cut a bunch of mine up. And this is our knotting cord, but it's this fun rainbow. I just thought this was a perfect match to go in here. So we're using the knotting cord this month. And it's in this beautiful rainbow color. And we're not going to use the mono. And the reason is we have to save the best for last, don't we, friends? We're going to save the best for last because it's our prism. This is next level, you guys. You ready? 120 millimeter. Okay, let me get you guys. I got to pull you out even. And mine, I've got my fingerprints all over it. 120 millimeter prism. That is why we're using the cording, not the mono. Look at this. Even though the mono, by the way, guys, it's strong, this is so heavy. I mean, this probably weighs at least 12 plus ounces, right? And it is just stunning. There's the rainbow finish on the one side, and it's got that AB plating, and then you've got just the clear crystal on the back. And so that is 120 millimeter. I call it a rectangular prism. That is our prism this month. So this is Celestial Lights, my friends. And we're going to jump just right into it right now. So, Celestial Lights, my friends. Here's what I've opted to do. And, you'll get your fingerprints all over, guys, but that's okay. And I just lotioned as well. We'll buffer on up when we're done. Okay, but just look at that light shift. I mean, you guys, this is going to be next level. So, lots of fun ways we can do it, but I'm going to really let my split rings do a lot of the work for me. What I'm going to do is start out with some cording on the bottom, and that's where I cut this smaller piece. So what I'm going to do, my friends, is I'm going to put my cording through my prism, and I'm going to tie a couple of knots, and then I'm going to use my thread burner. And if you want to glue, you can glue. Now, I already made another one, and I did not glue it, and it's still hanging. It's hanging in my window right now, and it's good. So if you want to glue for a little extra security, you certainly could do that. Let me get you guys pulled in. So I've got my cording, and you can do just about really anything you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot right here on the bottom here, so it lands on top. Of that prism. And if you wanted to do a second knot, you could, but we don't have to, right? So that's what I've got, okay? And then I'm actually just going to literally get my next piece in line that I want, which happens to be a split ring, okay? And so I'm just gonna kind of take and tie a knot around the split ring, right? That's what I'm doing. And then I'll grab my thread burner. Now, if you wanted to use monofilament, you could. You absolutely could. This monofilament will hold this because monofilament that I sell in my store, friends, and a lot of you have it, it actually is 16 pound. And this is not 16 pounds. The whole Suncatcher put together is not going to be 16 pounds. So, just so you know, just so you guys are aware, you can crimp and use some monofilament, but I just thought this kit was so pretty with this rainbow cording, I just couldn't resist doing that. So I thought it'd be fun to have some fun cording, some bright, beautiful colors getting into spring, and just all year round, this hanging on your patio or your balcony, in your garden, your window, even in a room, you know. It's just, you can't, and I just thought this bright cording would be so fun. So I just made basically a double knot is what it did, right? And I'll just zip zap it with the thread burner. And very carefully. I actually burned myself the other day, guys. So you kind of do have to be careful with the thread burner. There's that. And let me get this to where it's just gonna kind of curl into itself. Alrighty, there we go. And that's nice and strong, and that's not going anywhere. But you could have made that length, you know, however long you want. And then the very next thing I am going to do is I am going to put my sun right here through the split ring. And guys, what's cool about all of these is that, you know, you can put them this way or this way. It doesn't matter which way you put the loops, right? So I'm gonna put my sun right there, okay? I'm gonna use another split ring and put that right there on that loop. And then I think I'm gonna go with maybe my moon. Yeah, I think I'll put the moon on. Let's put the moon on right here, my loves. There we go. And that looks beautiful. Okay. All right, so we've got that. And the next thing, you know, I could actually, I just changed my mind. I just changed my mind, guys. You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to put on some of these hexagons. I just realized I actually want some of these in here. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And let me grab another split ring. Just pop those on there. There we go. I think I like that better. I sure do like that better. Okay, and now I'm going to put my moon on here. And I'm going to show you something right here about the moon, the little moon prism, or crystal, excuse me, guys. It's just one drill hole on the top here. And you do get some jump rings, right? You can also use split ring, but it'll just hang a little bit lower. If you wanted to put your moon in your moon, it'll just hang a little lower, because I think these are probably 12 millimeter, and I gave you 6 millimeter jump rings, but it fits through that top drill hole on that moon crystal just perfectly. So that's what I have now. Let me pull you guys out just a little bit. And let's see, what am I doing next here? Well, I'm making this go twirly twirly. Okay, so I got like that. Okay, and now I think we should do another split ring, probably, I feel. And the other thing too, guys, is when you're putting them together, you know, try to make sure when you're connecting your components that they're all facing the same way, right? Which kind of doesn't even matter, actually, because if you're going to put it outside, you know, and it'll have a little wind movement and go twirly twirl, twirly twirl, you know, kind of like, you know, the planets, they twirl around, right? My friends, I love celestial stuff. And by the way, I'll give you guys a teaser. I'm doing one of my sparkle bags this year is actually going to be inspired by Celestial. I love it. I love Celestial stuff. I've never done a sparkle bag, Celestial theme. So that I actually have some of the stuff already in the studio. That'll be a couple months from now, but we're doing Celestial theme sparkle bag this year for those of you like me that just love space and all the things. Just love it. So I still have all this cording I cut. I'm not sure what I'm doing where, but let me get myself back in motion here. So then we have the star, which I think I kind of want to go like this. So maybe what we'll do, my friends, I feel like we're going to use, let's use a longer piece of my cording. Let's do a lark's head, you know? Why not? Let's do a lark's head knot here, because that's just going to stay, right? It's an easy, nice, pretty knot, but also a nice functional one. So I'm going to do a lark's head right there. And I might even just do a double one. So I'll put the tails back through. The loops are right there. And again, guys, you know, we want this to be nice and strong, right? Because we've got that prism on the bottom. So this guy weighs, he's going to weigh a little bit. He's going to weigh a little. He's got some girth. I mean, oh my goodness. So this is where we're at. And now I think what I'm going to do, guys, is just decide like, oh, what color cord do I want? I'm going to get rid of the other one. So probably do maybe even an overhanded, just a regular. Let me just do a regular. Tie my shoes knot. Let me do a regular. I'm going to tie my shoes knot right there. Because I want to get rid of one of these cords. Right, I'm going to feed my beads on now. Okay, so there's that. And I hope this inspires you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. If you've been around, you know I get into my crafts, and it's my love. It's just my love affair with all things crafts as well. And I appreciate you guys for supporting my small business, supporting the channel, buying my kits, my stasher bags, my bead mixes, all the things, my friends. I just appreciate you guys. It's such a beautiful blessing. So look how fun is that, right? I mean, I'm feeling it. I'm just saying. And when this is in the sun, or any light hits that, even my studio lighting isn't too bad today. It's not too bad. It's picking up some of that sparkle. So I could do an overhand knot here. We can just let them flitter and flout about. Not really, John. That's really if it had wings. Slide up and down, rather. I'm just having too much fun, guys. You guys know how silly I get, right? When I'm in my craft zone. When I'm in the crafting zone. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that because I felt like it. There's absolutely no reason. I just hope to inspire you guys to make something beautiful. Make something beautiful. Okay, so I've got that, and now, you know, I love this cord so much. I kind of like want to make this about, I'm thinking about 2.5, 3 feet, guys, is kind of what my vibe is right now. I'm wondering if this goes on here, or do we need a split ring? I'm not sure. Let's see. I think we need a split ring, guys. Let's do it. So let's tie this to a split ring. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about pricing. I was thinking, about this last month. I completely gelled and forgot to mention it to you guys. But I don't think that, this is probably going to come as a shock. Maybe, you guys are already aware. But my friends, I have just kind of had a little bit of a surprise sitch happening, to where I cannot believe how insane the cost of everything just went up. And I'm talking about beading supplies. So there are a couple categories in my store that I am going to probably stop offering, and that's simply because the cost is getting so outrageous, and to hold that inventory is such a small business, right? It's not sustainable. It doesn't make sense. And my curations, the sparkle bags, my kits, the bead mixes, that's where it's like home base, right? That's where it started, and that's where, my biggest passion project in this whole small dream of mine is right there. And so, yes, guys, everything has gone up. I just noticed even Soft Flex, they've done several 15% off weekends lately, last couple of months, because they just raised their bead, string, and wire. Everything, and rightfully so, because it's costing them more to produce it. So everything is going up. The price, guys, that I just paid for our next month's Jemmies is next level ridiculous, but it is what it is. And by the way, my sparkle bags are not going up. I'm not increasing the price of my sparkle bags. But I was just like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And the cost of crystals, the cost of leather, the cost of all my stainless steel that you guys know that I love, all the cool funky charms, and even just our staples. So that's where this sale was just stemmed from, really. I'm like, we all need the basics, right, guys? We need jump rings, we need bead, string, and wire, and we need clasps. So it's called my Restock Basics sale, because those three basics are a staple in our stashes, right? So 30% off all of my bead, string, and wire, which is all tiger tail, and I have some beautiful colors. I even have the mini roll, so 30% off of that is a steal. That goes through Sunday at midnight, as well as the jump rings and my lobsters and my toggles, all my clasps. I have some filigree, fish and eye hook. I've got swivels. I've got all kind of clasps. Those are buy two, get one free right now, my friends, just so you know. So that is what's going on, and that's what just caught the reason I just decided I was going to go ahead and run a sale. We just have to. We have to try to pick up some things, guys, when we can on sale. And by the way, if you've ever ordered from me before, 100% chance you have a discount code. And as many of you know, that is my Jen's Jewelry Rewards program. Use your codes. You can also use your codes, to order. If you ordered a sparkle bag, you can use your codes, to just, always shop in the store, is what I'm trying to say. To just shop in the store, period, right? So always an opportunity for savings where we can, friends. We need it. So that's all good stuff. I'm just trying to do, because I wanted 2 pieces of cording on the top, just to make sure I don't take any chances here. Let me flush cut that. Flower power. Time for the flower power scissors. It's the good stuff. So yeah, so you guys will probably notice shopping everywhere. Every store, whether you're going into brick and mortar or online, it does not matter. You will notice, if you have not already, my friends, a significant increase in the cost of our supplies. And it's sad. It's sad that things have just gone up like that. And I don't want to get into the politics of it. But we all know why, just saying. We all know why. Yeah. So there's that. So, thought I'd run a sale for you guys, just because, we all need the basics. And also, as you all know, I am very close to getting ready to move. More to come later on that, my friends. More to come on that later. But, yeah, I'm trying to lighten my load a little too, so to speak, due to my impeding move. So we've got that, and yeah, I think I could use the cording, but I'm gonna open that just a smidge. You saw how hard that was, right? These are really, really durable. Try not to distort it too much here, but I think I can get it in there. That's what I'm trying to anyway. So yeah, more to come, guys. I'll do a big announcement because I will be out probably for a couple of weeks. I mean, I hope not to be out that long, but it's possible that I am. We have to see. We have to see, how things play out. But it's a pretty big move coming up is what it is. It's a big one, guys. Ouch. Okay, that was extra. And I almost completely jabbed myself, as you guys saw. So please be careful. Oh my God. So that's what that looks like. So I have put together my celestial lights. Let me get you guys where I'm kind of gonna, okay, so this is like literally at least 2 feet. I love it. I love it. I love it. There's so many fun things we can do with all these fun supplies. It's so beautiful. Look at that beauty. Oh my gosh. And look at that. How my planet was already spinning. Oh my God. I just cannot, you guys. I cannot. So much fun. Let's put that beauty up here. And let me just show you guys, if you've never ordered from me before, let me pull up some things. These are all buy two, get one free, guys. Buy two, get one free. All my clasps and all my jump rings, right? And I have got just a ridiculous amount of stock of all this. So lobsters, my friends, right? And the reason I brought them over is because if you have not ordered from me, sometimes on the video it's a little easier to see. But a lot of my findings are 304, right? And there's the SKU. If you just want to put in the search lobsters, or just go into that collection and the menu, right? So I give you, a healthy amount, right? A healthy amount even just for $3.50, most places will only find two, maybe even one class for $2.50, $3, right? So I've got a really wonderful selection of lobsters. Here's some in the copper. I love these, and these are also great for charms. They are stainless. They're black over stainless. That black electrophoresis, I think it's called, right? And so these are really, really great. I only have a couple packs of these left, but I love these. These are $31.61 is the item number on those. So I've got some really great lobster selections. Let me find some of the other ones. These are fun, guys, as well. I've got the gold. These, I think, are almost sold out. These in particular, put those down. These are some of my all-time favorites. It's just the way that the lobster is shaped, and it's the perfect size. It's an 11 millimeter, right? And it's just truly one of my favorite lobsters. I love these. But lobsters, guys, they're good old faithfuls, and we're getting into summer and spring jewelry too. These are great for our anklets. You can also use these to make charm bracelets, charm necklaces. Lobsters are just a great universal good old faithful, right? That's why we love them. And then these, so fun, right, to make our purse and bag dangles, which, by the way, I have a video coming up on that. Sitting right next to me is that next project out of Sunlit Meadows. So these are super fun. They're in that beautiful antique bronze, right? And I love them. But you can also use these for, your bracelet closure, if you wanted, and your necklace. I like to use these also for a lot of crafting. So I've got those. And the key rings, right? I've got tons of the crafting stitch, guys, right? I've got tons of this stuff in the store. And some really, really great prices. So this is like $2.50, but these are not only stainless steel, but there's a 4-pack in here, guys, and they also have the chain and a lobster. It's like a jump ring, an 8mm jump ring, right? So that's a great deal, even before the sale, right? And those, so those are great, just universally. These are also, you can use these for beadables, bookmarks. You know, you just saw me. I have them on suncatchers, right? So these have been already marked down to $150. And then these I love. I just did restock the store with these swivels. I love these 360 swivels. Some of my absolute favorites. Those are 304 stainless steel as well. So we've got those. And then I've got my toggles, guys. I'm almost sold out of toggles. But these are some of my favorites. The bamboo. These, we need to permalac. These, I believe, are brass. The alloy. Okay, so, but these are some of my favorites because I just like the size of them. I love these, but I also like the style. So I do have quite a few of these left as well. These, I think I have probably about a dozen packs of these in the copper. These are really nice. I love the style of those toggles. And these I had just stocked. These are brand new, right? So all three of these are new. These just came in Sunlit Meadows. These are almost sold out, just so you guys know. This one, the double loop toggles, these are almost sold out. I think I only have a couple packs of these left. So great time to pick those up. And these are just the standard, right? But I like the bars. I like the bars on both of these. So those are great. And then buttons, guys. These are so fun. And here's what's so funny is I corrected the listing, and these went in my Canyon Waterfalls. Excuse me, guys. These are not acrylic. That's my bad. They're actually wood. These are actually wood. But by the way, really? A 10-pack for $2, you guys? Really? And this is really, really fun. Like, look at how fun all these are. And I do actually have a project right next to me with this, too, from Canyon Waterfalls. I still haven't guys, I'm always chasing myself with time. But anyway, these are not acrylic, they are wood. So I changed the listing, but I'm not going to reprint and, Gore's waste not, want not. I'll just cross that acrylic out. But that's a really fun pack of buttons. These I just put in the store a couple of weeks ago. They are beautiful. These are absolutely stunning. If we can focus there. These are what we call box clasps, or you can call them, some people call them horse eye or fish eye hook, right? And they are such a beautiful clasp. This is how they're sold, right, in your pack, but I did put one together so that, if you're kind of new to them, you can see how they work. But they're a very secure closure, but they're also very elegant for some beautiful bracelets. These look great on some Mother's Day pieces, things like that. And then our jump rings, guys, right? We don't need to do too much of a deep dive, but these are certainly a staple. These are some of my new favorites. These are 304 8mm. I believe they're an 18 gauge. Yeah, these are an 18 gauge. Look at that huge pack. Really? For $3? That's a steal, right? And so this is what? 10 grams. It's 100 plus jump rings in that pack. And that is a 21 gauge. It's kind of that sweet spot. And then I do have some that are just a nice variety pack. And then, of course, we do have some twisties. These are almost sold out, guys. Almost sold out. Okay, these have both been featured in some of my recent sparkle bags. They are both an 18 gauge. They are both an 8mm, and they are both a 304. Okay. And love these. So we can really make these part of our design as well. So just giving you guys a little bit of a bird's eye view of what is going on for the sale. And the tiger tail, guys, we love it. We can use it for all kind of things. I use tiger tail all the time. All of my bead string and wire is 30% off right now. So grab your sale items while you can. I'm trying to get this to where I can just make it all in frame. Why the sale is going on right now through Sunday, my loves. Stock up on your basics. And if you want, grab your beautiful Celestial Lights. It's like I'm doing surgery. Suncatcher kit while they are available, and they are limited quantity, my friends. And then that's a wrap, right? That's a wrap for my spring launches from here. You know where we're going, guys, don't you? If you've been around the channel, then you know how to answer that, right? You know from here for a couple of months where we're going to the beach. But we still will stick with our spring colors because they go right on into summer for me anyway. So we are going to be getting into some beachy goodies. And my friends, not to fear, Sunlit Meadows, I have multiple projects. Guys, I'm so behind. I've got an unboxing to do with our beautiful Dominique, her kit. I have a couple of beading orders I wanted to share with you guys. I have my kit, or rather my collection from Colleen, her bee collection she put out this month. Guys, it's all lined up right here. I'm just so behind and I'm so sorry, but videos are coming, guys. Videos are coming. So you guys have an awesome, awesome weekend, my loves. I hope you love this beauty. And we will see you in the next one, my friends. Be blessed, keep sparkling, and have a fantastic weekend.